In 1806, Hegel was living in Jena, finishing the manuscript of the Phenomenology of Spirit. Outside his window, the old European order is literally collapsing. Prussia still thinks it is the Prussia of Frederick the Great. Its officers wear the same uniforms, its institutions preserve the same rituals, its certainty remains intact. Then, Napoleon arrives. In a matter of days, that certainty is annihilated. Hegel famously writes that he saw Napoleon as the world spirit on horseback, not because he worshipped Napoleon, because he saw an entire historical consciousness discovering that what it took to be reality was already dead. That is pure phenomenology. Already among Hegel's contemporaries, there was confusion about what the phenomenology of spirit was about. Is it an epistemology? Is it a history of consciousness? Is it a transcendental argument like Kant's? Is it a psychological account of human development? Is it a logical deduction? Is it a justification of science? The book can be seen as an answer to all those questions, arising from this tension. A person can be completely certain and still be wrong. Hegel begins from this gap. The opening chapter on sense certainty is devastating, precisely because the supposedly most certain knowledge, this, now, here, turns out to be the poorest knowledge. The immediate certainty consciousness possesses cannot survive examination. The crucial move is that Hegel refuses the idea that truth could be found in an unmediated foundation. This is where the first great controversy emerged. Many readers expected philosophy to discover some ultimate certainty that would function as a foundation. Descartes had the cogito, empiricists had impressions, Kant had transcendental structures. Hegel instead seems to say, every claim to certainty contains mediations that consciousness does not yet understand. The result is radical. The criterion of truth cannot stand outside the movement of consciousness. Truth emerges through the failure of inadequate certainties. In your language, one could say, certainty enters the pipeline. Contradictions appear. Consciousness revises itself. Each form of consciousness generates its own criterion of truth and then fails according to that very criterion. Sense certainty collapses because it cannot say what it claims to know. Perception collapses because its object becomes internally contradictory. Understanding collapses because its categories generate tensions it cannot resolve. The phenomenological path is therefore not arbitrary. It is driven by imminent failure. The famous Hegelian hope is that if every finite standpoint destroys itself from within, then what survives the process possesses a stronger claim to truth than any immediate certainty ever could. There is, however, a productive tension in this view. By displacing the conditions of certainty from externally auditable methodology to the self-traversal of reason, Hegel seems to substitute guarantee for circularity. The difference between convincing through proof and convincing through immersion in a superstructure of collective imaginary appears to collapse. But it is precisely here that the Hegelian vision reveals itself as more radical than vulnerable. Reason occupies this space not by usurpation, but because it is the only instance capable of auditing itself, and any attempt to contest it is already necessarily a movement within it. It is in this sense that Quine and Sellers, by another route, arrive at the same conclusion. No response can betray reason, for it can only ever be given in a space of reasons. This is, in part, why Hegel has been rediscovered in analytic philosophy, not as a mystic of the absolute, but as the first rigorous theorist of what we might call mediated normativity, the recognition that certain domains of rationality have no external checkpoint, no view from nowhere, no assembly line audit trail. The model of externally auditable production remains genuinely fertile, indispensable even, for the cognitive sciences, where mechanisms can be isolated, tested, and revised against evidence that stands apart from the process generating it. But there is another medium in which rationality unfolds, the space of language, interpretation, and normative commitment, where the only possible audit is a countermove made within the same game. You cannot step outside this space to check it. You can only play it forward. To call this irrational or merely ideological is to misidentify the structure. The game is not uncontestable. It is contestable only from within, which is precisely what distinguishes it from dogma. Dogma refuses the countermove, while mediated normativity is constituted by the possible countermoves, the paradigm shifts, the reorganization of the debate space, the moving forward of reasons.